I said, not to my
Welcome
knowledge.
to Fayetteville, and whoop, pig suey as the Arkansas Razorbacks are ready to take the field. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another team from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
People across the street are experiencing this.
The Razorbacks will put total leather to crank us up. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down for this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Just gets rid of it before the heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And now on second down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Milrow. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size. Athleticism, he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, the unique thing about this defense with their nickel personnel is they're able to disguise what they're doing. They can play a lot of different coverages. They can play man, zone, but they can also bring the nickel player in the box and still be pretty good against the run. That time, pretty good job defending the QB scramble. Let's see what they do here on fourth.
This is either complete confidence or a hint of recklessness. Opening drive, fourth down, own territory, going for it. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on. Welcome to Fayetteville, Arkansas, a place where legends have long stood for excellence. Names like Broyles, Holtz, McFadden, Jones, and Johnson. And when they call the Hogs, it is a rite of passage. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for...
Wow. Wow. Need him? Why are you trying to do it? Why are you trying to do it?
Because that's the only way you learn.
Hold
You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They move the tight end all over. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield?
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas! I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy you want to go tackle. Go get him.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. Fielded in the end zone. It's Turner. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella. Makes guys miss. That's what he does as he's out to the 20. And the Cardinals want to move quickly.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Gonna take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They keep attacking through the air. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into. And when he caught it, making him feel it.
3rd and goal coming up here. Looking to pass. It's Shuck. Skips away from pressure. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready. Had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Unloads it left. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The offense lining up for a first down play. Movement here from the tight end. They'll leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
And the Razorbacks have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Oh, he dropped it! Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And he was under so much duress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the tight end. He's open on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Dropping back, it's Shuck. Quarterback now breaking the field. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On second down, just keeps firing. Trying to make magic on the scramble. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 6th play of the drive coming up. On second down, looking again to throw. Dances away to buy time. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job.
Baby, you really can watch stories.
Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Arkansas Razorbacks taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Razorbacks will put toe to leather and we'll get started. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. First down here for the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They've got it first and 10 from the 25. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers, Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
He's looking to throw it. Starts to scramble to the left. He's going to run it. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry.
Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Let me tell you, that opening script was a masterpiece. Send that baby to Hollywood, and it's a blockbuster.
I think so. And A-listers all over the field for this offense. You saw some of the playmakers they've got and the speed. Great job going out and executing on that opening drive.
You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle on guys.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Back to throw. It's Green. It's complete to the right. And the Razorbacks will keep this drive going. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
Yeah, I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Escapes trouble. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Razorbacks are flying down the field.
Bro, you gonna get it too, nigga. You're gonna get them too. Chill.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Goddamn, you know you're gonna get some bullshit, bro. Relax. Let me get a little bit too.
Sticking it in the end zone here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hold a lot too, bro.
Really nice stop
I'm with
there
the
from
SEC.
senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the middle. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Oh, he's going to take a chance. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Tide offense rolls onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Fast motion from the offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets away from one, finds some space. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Wants to throw, it's Milroe. Floating away. On the move, he fires. On target to the left. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Here comes the option. The pitch. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. They'll try to run for it. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wide out in motion. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've
Hey,
got
I
to be
fuck
good
with
in the
it.
pocket, even when things are collapsing.
Hey, I fuck with it though, gang. You don't fuck with it.
You gotta have 2 hands on the
I mean,
football.
I
Did
fuck
do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
I ain't even gonna lie, I fucks with that. I ain't gonna care.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver
Get Milroe ain't gonna never fumble.
early, so here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass
Thank
with the
you, God, for
deflection.
another chance.
Listen, I know
You just run
DBs
the
don't
ball.
catch the
It's
ball
really,
really
that
well.
was quick
To be
close.
a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast, wide receivers and then then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job, Nate.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
This is a 3rd and long. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll start this drive with a pass. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
That was just perfect. Oh. Why you keep doing that?
They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick.
I'm saying
to
it's
start
an
the second
onside
half.
kick.
That's why they call them the hands
We'll
team.
figure out
They're
taking
able
these
to
two
secure the
crib for real.
onside kick. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield.
Stop doing it. Let me go down the field, bro. You're not even making me work.
Send that offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Back to throw, it's Green. He's right on target. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down. And the Razorbacks have their offense in high gear. From the gun, running back on the move. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They go right back to it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front.
Touchdown, Arkansas! They take the lead with the 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. that Alabama offense. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Toss sweep right. At the 35, he's got room. Nothing but green ahead. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And man, did he find a way to close with that 48-yard run for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for a man. It's Green. Gonna let it fly. Underneath toast to coverage. Got it deep downfield. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pick.
Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball is loose. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, man.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Right back to the well. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Hard-hitting tackle.
I like the decision right there. You're winning by one. You're trying to go for two to make this a field goal game. Even if you kick the extra point, the other team kicks a field goal and they still got the lead. That was the right decision, just couldn't execute.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. The give to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The sure hands, it's Johnson. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Anthony. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. After that last completion, it's second down. Power football with the run. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Take the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on third down, and life is much better. Looking to throw, it's Green. He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
He gets it into the end zone for the 2 to push that lead out to 7. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Here comes that Alabama offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
Wide open, he makes the catch. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds, and now the offense trying to score one late. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. He's going to pass. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, and let that clock tick.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Now he's looking to throw it. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they've tied it up in the final seconds. Looks as if we might be headed for overtime. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Tide with the 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Trying to turn the corner on the right. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Give to the running back. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Goes to the option. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
1st down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. They'll go to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on 1st and goal in overtime. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
Here comes the field goal unit, and they can win it with a chip shot. Right down the middle. The kick is good. A game winner in overtime. I know how to sum up this game succinctly. Tucked away in the Shenandoah Valley, Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to James Madison, father of the Constitution, and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Offense getting set for first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And stiff arm got him a little space, but he'll be knocked down at the 11.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
To the air, it's Barnett. Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Grab near the marker. It's right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Starting to feel a little pressure. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
It's complete. And he'll run across the sidelines. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Dukes want to crank the tempo. Pushes ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. On the move at the 30. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air, it's Green. Still looking on the move. He'll fire to his right. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Coming after him. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, where they have been calling the Hogs since early in the morning in anticipation of this showdown we have coming. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another SEC rival, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Razorbacks will kick it off to get us underway. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. First down here for the offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy on the offense?
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Looking to go up top on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Really need positive yards on second down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. Out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback will audible. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Going for a big play right off the bat. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. Ripping through the defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They'll try it over the left side. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Milroe trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, the hit on the quarterback is why that was incomplete, but that QB is lucky that was not picked off. That is the cardinal sin, throwing back across your body. This quarterback needs to be more careful moving forward.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he intercepts it. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it at the 30. Hits the accelerator to the right. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He's going to bring it out from deep. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive, David.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
They think there's room to run to the right here. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Scanning the field, it's Milroe. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it at the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Alabama pushing the tempo. From the gun. Dances away from the heat. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll try the run. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
That makes the score Alabama 10, Arkansas 7.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. To throw, it's Green. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job in coverage on that 3rd and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up 4th down.
I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Quick strike complete. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. They go to the draw. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 21. They'll try to pop the draw. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest. Makes them realize they got to play the run, too. Great play call.
They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Alabama! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Buys a little time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
Coming out with it, it's Anthony. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's going for it all. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Got his man quickly. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The inside handoff. Plows through the defense. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. He's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
Get set.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Looking for a crease. It's Hill.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes that Alabama offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer. You've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. To the air, it's Milroe. Trying to beat the D deep. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
The offense set for a first down play. The give to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 16, Arkansas 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Might as well give it to him again. Got enough space. Touchdown, Arkansas. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the fourth. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rolls onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock.
Here we go.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. No reason to rush here. You want to be efficient, you want to finish the deal, but you might as well milk that clock.
100%. Make it tick. The clock is your friend. You've got the lead. You've got the football in good position. Hang on to it and milk that clock.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll put the tight end in motion. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
Black 24.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Yankee Blue. Jackrabbit. Hornet. Hornet. Freedom. Freedom.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back.
Ready?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Let's go.
Tries again to get it in. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
On to attempt to try. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. comes that Alabama offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should